Hello everybody, Alan Hall here with Reese Nichols Real Estate, doing another installment of Ride with the Realtor. Today we have Sonja McWilliams with us. We're going to do a little introductory thing here. So we're sneaking around the corner here. Looks like she's giving me the high side to turn right here. And we're going to look at some statues as this lady has in her yard. So she's got a couple lions out there. She's got the whole bench in the basket. Well, look at that. She's got an elk and an eagle. Those things are big too.
Yeah, they are.
And turtles.
Aren't they pretty?
Yeah, should we show people? Let's show people. Hold on, let me flip this around. There we go. So this is how unprofessional my videos are. I had my face stuck in it. And then, there you go. Oh, that's pretty cool. I wonder where somebody or why somebody acquires stuff like that. Oh, let me...
I think when they bought this land, there's several acres there, and I think it was all wooded. And we still have deer periodically come across the backyard there, and they probably did that because they like the deer so well. And I'm surprised the deer don't get to thinking that that's one of their crew.
One of their crew. You're like, how come Bob is still hanging out over there?
Yeah.
Didn't come with us to the party. That was pretty cool. Thanks for running us by there. Hey, so Sonja, tell us a little bit. Where you from? Where you lived?
Okay,
Tell us the story.
I was born in Joplin. We moved to Illinois when I was 4 for work for my dad. And then I went all through school up there. I was south of Chicago in Kankakee, Illinois. Went all through school there. And my folks moved back to this area when their folks were getting older so that they could help them.
Yeah.
And
see it a lot in our business.
I was married up there in Illinois, and when I got a divorce in 72, then I moved back down here to be close to my folks again.
Everybody gets back home somehow.
They
don't
all want to go back home.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I went to service, and then somehow I'm from Pittsburgh, which we talked a little bit about the theater and stuff with Crystal a while ago and stuff. But being from Pittsburgh, I actually really never thought I'd come back. But here I am in Joplin.
Yeah.
You know, right next door, and
Something
I love
about
it.
those roots.
Yeah, and that's another thing I seen with people when I was in the service. When they got out, they went home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was hardly anybody who ever said, "I'm going to stay here" or "I'm moving to Florida" or anything like that. They always went right back to right back home. So tell us, what'd you do? You've had a few jobs over your life, I'm sure.
I have. I am a licensed funeral director, and I worked in the funeral industry for 18 years. And decided to do the real estate to supplement my Social Security.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I'm doing now. And
Awesome.
I don't have too much free time, it seems like.
You don't stop. Busy. Yeah, I always see you're in and you're out, and you always got something to do, and you're always going somewhere.
Right.
But why do you like real estate?
Freedom. Real estate gives me the freedom with my hours. It's also a public service job, really.
Yeah. Well, we talked about customer service. Yeah, and I'm that way too. Helping people is, for one reason or another, I don't know. I just like doing it.
Right.
And making sure that happens. Which is kind of funny in real estate is a lot of there's some of you out there that have bought and sold homes. There's problems that we work through on the back end a lot of times that they never know about.
Right.
And so to me that's part of the customer service too. If we get them the home or sell their home and get the closing and everything goes well, and they get to either move on or move in, then we've accomplished what we wanted, and that's good. even though they may never know
Right.
what we did to get them there, which sometimes can be very interesting.
That's
you know
for
that.
sure. But the goal is to get them in the house as easily as possible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like we've talked about before, Reese Nichols. There's a lot of agents. As long as you do the right thing, you do what's best for the client, then it generally all works out the way it should, and comes together. So agents working together is a lot of that too. They don't realize that it's not just us trying to get something together. We have agents on the other side of that, whether they're buyer or seller's agents that we're working with, and so both agents are sitting there trying to get things together for the clients. But anyway, it's been good. How long have you been doing it?
I started in 2009.
Because of David Comstock.
David Comstock recruited me. He was in real estate at that time. We met in 2000 when both of us went to work for U.S. Cellular, and just have been friends ever since.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Both of you are really nice people. It's been a pleasure having you at the office, to be honest. It's just you guys are fun to talk to, and we have a good time. So we've got up quite a bit, which makes it nice around here.
Makes the hours go faster.
Yeah, it sure does. So you've been around. You're from the area. You lived up by Chicago, South Chicago, married all that stuff up there, and you're just working your tail off here because you won't stop.
Right.
Which we talked a little bit about retirement earlier too, and I don't know that we will. When I've talked about retiring myself, like I said, sometimes I'm afraid people think I'm going to retire tomorrow, but that's not my mentality. My mentality is the ability to retire, but I don't see myself stopping any more than you do.
Right.
It's just it's a fun business for one. Super hard. I don't want anybody out there to think that this is an easy business, because it's not, is it, Sonja?
No, it's not.
Yeah. A lot of people might make it seem like it's easy, but it's very hard. You can just tell if you get some numbers on agents. You can tell by how many agents you actually have in your area versus, and then look at that versus how many people are actually making a living at it.
Right.
So that could be a very small number. In any given area, you could have 800 agents, and you may only have 100 or 150 actually making a living, and then a couple selling homes and things, one or two a year, but for sure not be able to support a family off of it. So if you get into it and dive into it and keep moving, it all comes together. It takes a little time sometimes, but we've got ways to help you out. We're doing the Leads to Success program with you. You're on it, and we're going to see how that works out this year. But I have really high hopes. I think you guys are doing real well so far on that. So
I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I really have high expectations for it. I think it's going to be good for all of you, for the whole office. That's another thing about real estate. The offices are different, aren't they? You've been in one or two, and I think what I've hoped at our office is that it's more of a team effort and everybody working together than everybody not. So
I think it is. When you have offices that are separated by walls and doors, there's not a lot of camaraderie there.
Right.
Everybody just kind of sits in their own space and doesn't communicate back and forth much. But with the open spaces in our office, it makes it a lot easier to interact with other agents.
Yeah, and you've noticed me. I have an office, but I don't use it anymore. I actually like being out in the middle of it and be able to hear questions or phone conversations where people are having it, so we can kind of work through some issues if there's any, or just hearing things go well is always nice too.
Yeah.
So, but I think because we are open, like you were talking about, that you all do communicate more with one another, and you actually we'll ask each other questions and stuff. So I know when I'm not there, I hear from Leah and other people that, you know, you guys are all talking and working together, which is really nice to hear, because that's exactly kind of where I wanted the office to be. I wanted everybody to be more of a family and work together to help people and help our clients.
We're all there for the same reasons. Yeah, exactly.
And there's no reason to, I don't understand what I call the turn and burn mentality, you know, that just get them in and get them out, you know, get clients and just, and then once you're done with them. Now, that's, we try to go, wow, that truck was loud, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Relationships, more than the other side of that. So what I call the complete opposite side. So it's nice that everybody in the office is doing exactly what you're talking about and working together. We've only been open since basically January 2020.
Right.
Yeah. It's when we officially opened our doors at, I didn't give the address earlier, 1804 South Range Line, Sweet Bean, Joplin, Missouri.
64804.
64804, that's right. And so stop in anytime. Come check out the office. You can see what she's talking about. Nice open area, and everybody can see each other. And we have our meetings out there in the open. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So let's see, what else? You were from this area. Where'd you go to school?
I went to school in Kankakee, Illinois.
Okay. And
I had 485 in my graduating class.
wow, that's bigger than my class. I think my class was only just right under 200 or 225 or something like that. Yeah.
My senior year, we went split shifts at the high school because we didn't have room for everybody.
Wow.
So I went to school from 7 to 12, and the second shift went to school from 12 to 5.
Really? Boy, that just seems like that'd be unheard of today.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, that ain't gonna happen. Same teachers too, I'll bet. So they worked a lot of hours.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I feel for you, teachers. I do. Especially if you had to, any teacher that's still around that had to deal with me, I'm sorry. No, I don't know if I was that bad, but those were different days.
They sure were.
Well, everything's different now.
Yeah.
Interest rates are so much different. Man, remember our 70s and 80s?
Oh.
What were they, 18, 22%? Can you imagine?
I sure do. My first house that I bought, I think, was at 13%.
Wow. And that was just a normal thing. If you wanted to buy a house, you just paid it. I think my dad, when he did our house, I want to say he was 18 or something, right up in there. It just seems crazy now because we're at, what, 3?
Right.
3.5. So much better now. Housing's a little tough.
Housing is tight in Joplin right now, that's for sure.
Definitely a seller's market right now. The prices have went up, so home values have went up, which is good. We've needed that for a while in our area. I've always thought they were undervalued here, which is probably why people move from California to come over here. They sell their $1 million home over there and come buy a $250,000 house here. Same standard of living,
right?
And their money just goes farther. So if you're in California or out east, come to Missouri. Call Sonja. She'll help you. What's your phone number, Sonja?
417-438-1450.
There you go. Give her a shout. She'll find a home for you. Hey, I think we're almost back to the office. So thanks for talking to me. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Hope everybody enjoyed this episode of Ride with a Realtor and got to know Sonja a little bit. If you need anything, give us a call down at Reese Nichols. Give Sonja a call. She'll be happy to help. You all enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye.